Hey everyone, my name is Stoffo, and my project was Eat Well, Live Well, and it was ASU's first large event to celebrate plant-based diets and sustainability. Before I go into the details of my project, I first want to start with the problem. So animal agriculture is a sustainability problem. It's a leader in greenhouse gas emissions, land degradation, water and air pollution. And in developed nations like the United States, we're eating much more animal products than what is required for our sustenance. In cases, we're driving disease rather than health. So this project is a solution to this problem. It is not the only solution, it's the solution that I proposed. So I partnered up with Aramark, which is ASU's primary food provider. They run 72 food operations all across ASU's campuses, including Sun Devil Dining and the ASU dining halls. And they implement sustainability here at ASU. So they do local food and all different types of initiatives, but since 2015, they've actually doubled the amount of plant-based products that they source here on campus by adding the daily route stations in most of their dining halls, and it's 100% plant-based station. So this project was more than just an event. It had 3 different objectives. The first objective was to educate, inspire, address perceptions, and change behavior within the ASU student body through an event. The second was to measure the effectiveness of this event through a survey. And then the third objective was to use the findings that I discovered throughout this project to build a compelling case to Aramark on how they should adopt and offer plant-based diets here on campus. So first, I'm going to walk you through the first objective of this project. And I think it might be a little bit more effective for me to just take you back to the event. So as you can see here, we invited 500 to 600 students at ASU to meet at the Student Pavilion to learn about plant-based diets, learn about its connection to sustainability. And we had 18 food vendors, all offered through Aramark, and we had 15 non-food vendors, including a poster session. We had a yoga activity going on. We had a vegan bodybuilding demonstration. So as you can see right there, so everything in this event was curated to meet those objectives, to educate, to address common negative perceptions about plant-based diet, to change behavior. So check it out. Some of the participants there were ASU Center for Mindfulness. They hosted yoga. They hosted an essential oil activity to get the students to incorporate mindfulness in their daily lives. We had Climate Healers, which is an organization run by the executive producer of What the Health and Cowspiracy. Those are 2 notable documentaries about sustainability and plant-based diets that you can watch on Netflix. We had a vegan bodybuilding gym. We had tons of participants there. So yeah, so that was the event component. So this was really like the main tool of this project. But now I want to talk about the second objective of this project, which were the surveys. So we had 500 to 600 people at this event, and we surveyed 200 of them before they entered the door for the pre-event survey. And the purpose of the survey was to measure their knowledge, perceptions, and behavior on sustainability and diet, and also measure their perceptions on the barriers and benefits to consuming a plant-based diet. Why did we measure the barriers and the benefits? To inform a community-based social marketing campaign. So community-based social marketing is very similar to traditional marketing, but instead it is used to foster sustainable behavior. So one of the components of putting together a community-based social marketing campaign is to use people's benefits and barriers, and hopefully the benefits of doing a sustainable behavior outweigh the barriers. So we'll revisit that in a little bit. So I'm showing you some of the survey results, not all because there's a ton, but basically the 3 biggest barriers to consuming a plant-based diet were that people needed more information about diets, they would miss eating junk food, and that they believed a plant-based diet to be too expensive. So these are the 3 most common barriers to consuming a plant-based diet. And then these are the 3 most common benefits. So people believe that consuming a plant-based diet would help them stay healthy. It would help the environment and contribute to sustainability, and it would help them have a better quality of life. So now, after the event, 4 days after the event, I sent out a follow-up survey to determine whether the event really met its objectives. Was it educational? Was it inspiring? Did it address perceptions? Did it change behavior? Because we don't want to just host a free event with free food and it didn't really meet its objectives. So 102 people took the post-event survey, which is 1/6 of the attendance count. And here are some of the results. I asked questions in each of those categories, and here's a snapshot. So 90% agreed that the event was informative and educational. 73% said that this event provoked them to think about their diet's impact on the world. So this is representative of the event was inspirational. 47% of people said that the event altered their beliefs on plant-based diets. And with this result, I realized a shortcoming of the survey. I didn't ask them what their initial beliefs were. So if I were to answer this survey, the event really wouldn't alter my beliefs on plant-based diets because I went into it with positive beliefs. So the survey assumed negative preconceptions, which was a shortcoming of the survey. And finally, 59% of people said that after this event, they reduced or intended to reduce the amount of animal products that they consumed. So this is a snapshot of all those. And there were more questions asked in each category, but I just pulled one out each for all of you. Move on. So the third objective of this project is to present a compelling case to Aramark on how they should adopt and offer plant-based diets at ASU. This is relevant now more than ever before because the sustainability guidelines that ASU follows to meet sustainability have recently changed to include that the university should incorporate more plant-based offerings. So I made 4 recommendations to Aramark, which I will be delivering to them today, but I'm just going to present 2 here for the sake of time. So I was talking about the barriers and benefits before. This is to inform a community-based social marketing campaign. So these are the steps to creating a community-based social marketing campaign, and identify the barriers and benefits is step 2. So basically, in order to foster sustainable behavior, a benefit needs to outweigh the barriers to doing that sustainable behavior. So one of the benefits was stay healthy. One of the barriers was they would miss eating junk food. So we might want to create a campaign in the dining halls that says, want to stay healthy, but you'll miss eating junk food? Check out our low-calorie plant-based offerings at the Daily Route in the dining halls. The second recommendation that I made to Aramark contains a 4-point plan on how they should attempt to understand the number of students that are really eating at the Daily Route and consuming plant-based options. And this is going to help them. The 4-point plan contains like a survey and all these different initiatives to help them understand and go alongside the community-based social marketing campaign. Alrighty, so before I conclude, I guess I should talk about the things I learned in this project. I learned project management skills. I learned event planning skills. I think I learned grant writing skills. I want a grant to make this project happen. I can go on and on about the little skills that I learned throughout this project, but I think the overall outcome was really identifying common goals and bringing different people together to make a single mission happen. And also working with a company that has the power to influence a large number of people was something that I really took away from this project. And I don't want to toot my own horn at all because this project would not have been possible without the tons of support from my volunteers, 15 volunteers, many of which are here today. Aramark, of course, for working with me on this project. Thank you. Paul for all of his support, and Changemaker for awarding me $1,500 to make this dream come to life. Thanks, everyone.